So as we discussed, right, as I mentioned, GOP not required. Why? Because we are not using scheduling. So no need to configure ATP rules or maybe sourcing rules, whatever maybe. So just I created one item maintaining on-hand quantity. Now go and directly create sales order. So go to order management. Now let me create order. Create order. Okay. So this is the order type. So you have to choose based on this order type, right? We are calling what is this? Orchestration process we are assigning. So let me choose order type as a without shipping. This is what I created. Okay. Let me search for item. So as we are not using any GOP, it won't show you any no data registered. And in this demo, right, I already created pricing default price for all the items as $10. Here you can see $10. Let me add it. Okay. So is it enough? No, it is not enough. So if your user, right, wants to use without picking and shipping, right, he has to enable one checkbox. So go to shipping tab, supply. So as we are not using any GOP, right, we have to pass from which organization or maybe warehouse we are shipping the material means, and also what is the sub inventory, so that once you pass these two information, from this information, right, based on this information, same information will transfer to inventory in this 001 organization and sub inventory. Let's say I'm going to use stores. From there, system will reduce your on-hand quantity. So let me choose stores. And also, right, user has to choose one of the option. If you come here, you can see allow inventory transaction. So then only, right, he has to go with yes, then only your inventory transactions will get reduced. So three things he has to pass. If you didn't pass warehouse and sub inventory allow inventory transaction, if you go with yes, but if you didn't pass your warehouse and sub inventory details, immediately you will get an error. Maybe you can try with that one. So make sure user has to pass allow inventory transaction as a yes, and also he has to choose from which sub warehouse or which sub inventory system has to reduce your on-hand quantity. Means your sales order issue transactions will get recorded in 001. Indirectly saying we are shipping the material from 001. That's it. So these are the things user has to choose while creating the order. Now let me submit. So these are the three options. Okay. So we know we are having on-hand quantity as a 5. Now I booked the sales order for 1 quantity. Okay, this is the order number we created. So if you go to switch to fulfillment view, let's see whether system, what is the orchestration. Here you can see orchestration process based on order type. And if you go inside, what is the first step as part of orchestration process? Let's see. We already discussed it, right? So inventory transaction, what this task will do, it will transfer the data from OEM to inventory, and inventory, your on-hand quantity will get reduced. Nothing but a system will record sales order issue transaction, then directly invoiced. Just refresh. So if you go and verify your sales order status, awaiting billing, why? Because that is only our next step, right? Click on done. Now, if you come down, right, here you will see some more information. Here you can see allow inventory transaction is yes. This is what we selected as part of while submitting the order. And if you go to shipment, here you can see warehouse details. You can review here, and your actual fulfillment date. The actual fulfillment date, what we entered, our inventory date, right? In parameter, we entered current date, right? So based on that, your actual fulfillment date, transaction date, the system selected as a today's date, and here you can see send to inventory. That means it's already as part of this task, already system send the information to inventory. And here you can see fulfillment quantity means we already fulfilled, we already shipped that material. Fulfilled, we already delivered that material to customer. Fulfilled quantity is 1. Already you can see this one, right? And here system mark the flag as send to inventory means this flag indicate OEM data successfully transferred to inventory. And this fulfillment date will get derived based on OEM parameter. So there we referred, this is the one, right? This is the one, inventory transaction date for order lines. Based on, as we selected current date, system selected current date. Okay. So that is one thing. Okay. That's it. So from here, you know very well what to do. We have to run auto invoice program. Now let's see what is the status. Here you can see awaiting billing. Of course, you must have access to run auto invoice program. Let's see. I don't know whether I'm having access or not. Let me try to run. Schedule process. So run import auto invoice job to generate the AR invoice. Import auto. It is taking time. So what we will do meanwhile, we will go and review inventory point of view, right? Whatever transaction system got created. Okay. So before going to that, just remember this type of orders, right? You can create manually. That is what just now we done. Yes, your FBDI also will support. You can load the data by using FBDI, and your ADF web services also will support, and also REST APIs also will support. Okay. So that means you can create manually, and you can use FBDI to load the data, or maybe you can use ADF web services to load the data. And also you can create these orders by using, you can load by using REST APIs also. So now let's go to inventory. Let's review inventory transactions. Okay, here auto invoice program. It's okay. So let me run this job. So business unit, I'm having access. I don't know. Okay. So what is the transaction type? Order management, right? Nothing but a distributed order orchestration. And order number, where is the order number? Yeah. So this is the order number, right? I hope this is the order number. Yeah, 97413, 97413. Let me submit. So let's hope all AR setups are properly there. If it's there, system will create the AR invoice copy. Okay, now go to inventory. Let's see. So go to completed transactions. So this is the place where you will review all your completed transactions information, right? And pending transaction information, right? You will, those information also you can review. Now let's see first completed transactions. Where is that? review completed transactions. Okay, source type is sales order, right? Where is that? You can search with item whatever maybe. And reference, okay. So this source reference is not available. So go and add source reference. Source reference nothing but a reference, nothing but against which sales order it is equal to our sales order number. Okay. Reference number, this is the one, right? Or you can search with item or transaction date, whatever. So here you can see this is the transaction details. Let me open so that we can review in all the details. Here you can see transaction quantity -1 means already on hand quantity got reduced. Why? Because I already shipped that material to my customer, means delivered. So this is the item, sub inventory stores, transaction quantity -1, and this is the right here you can see transaction type is new transaction type Oracle created. What is the transaction type is direct sales order issue. Generally for normal sales order you will get transaction type as a sales order issue, right? For this you can see direct sales order. And here you can see costing status is pending. Why? Because still we didn't transfer the information to costing. And this is the sales order number. Source is OM. This is your sales order number. And as we discussed, type is direct sales order. Okay. That's it. And right, if any transactions are there or maybe error, right, you can review those information in pending transactions, and it will give you right complete information about the error, and you have to process those error where you will review is, for example, maybe this inventory transaction got failed, so you can review those things in where is the pending, manage pending transactions. So here you can review your pending transactions, right? And you can, based on system will give you, of course, here I am not having any. So here you can say error explanation. You can review those errors. As per that error, you have to work on those error. Then once you resolve that error, you have to reprocess, right? How to reprocess? You will add this line to by clicking on this one, right? You add this process schedule, then go and run one job called manage inventory transactions. Job is available. If you run the job, system will reprocess those records. So this is about inventory point of view. What is the transaction? Where you can review completed transactions and pending transactions. And the costing point of view, there is no any change. Same thing. So the inventory transaction just now we reviewed, right, in completed transaction, that the transaction inventory it's happened. So for that, what you have to do? You have to transfer your inventory information to costing. How you will transfer? By running transfer transactions from inventory to costing, so that data will get transferred to your costing cost accounting interface tables. From there, you have to run create a distribution processor, so that based on this whatever distribution processor you selected, system will calculate your cost and it will generate the distributions. From there, once distributions got generated, by running create accounting program, those distributions you will transfer to GL in the form of journal. So by running create distributions program, again distributions also same. For a sales order issue, right? So your what is this DCOX account will debit, and your inventory account as material is reduced, right? Your inventory account will get credit. And once you recognize the COGS, right? Once COGS recognition happen, what will happen? Your accounting entries, like let's assume I already created AR invoice and we recognize the COGS. Okay. In that case, what will happen? Your COGS account will debit. This DCOX account will get credit. Means DCOX account will get knocked off. This is the same process how we will do in normal sales order, same thing. Okay, this is about uh, how you will do, and some very important points you have to remember. Let's see. And also, right, maybe I will try to create, whenever I'm getting time, I will try to create based on what will happen, right? How to transfer. If you go, as of now we went group as a no, right? That means we are individually processing. Suppose if you go with group as a yes, right, as a group you are processing your sales orders. So how it will behave, how to do, maybe once, maybe in I will create one more another video for that. Okay, now let's see some important points you have to remember on this functionality. Okay. Okay, let's see one by one those points. So as we discussed, whenever you are creating the sales order, user has to choose the option called allow inventory transaction attribute is yes. Right, that is so that system will automatically reduce your on-hand quantity without doing any picking and shipping. And also make sure your item must be shippable item. That means your standard item, whatever item you are creating, it must be a standard item and must be shippable. And that, as I mentioned, it must be a standard item, means it is not a what is configured item. This functionality won't support configured items, or maybe kit, or maybe model items. Item must be standard item and must be shippable item. And also while creating the sales order, user has to choose what is the user has to specify warehouse and sub inventory information. If we didn't specify, system will throw an error. Just you can try with that. And also if you see, right, allow inventory transaction, user configure as a yes while creating the sales order. But again, it's a sometimes you may forget also, right? Instead of that one, what you can do, you can pass a default value as a yes. Means whenever I'm creating the sales order, if user selected order type, right, like order type as a, just now we created, right, without picking and shipping. If order type is without picking and shipping, then what you can do, you can pass, you can automatically set allow inventory transaction attribute as a yes. How you will set is, you have to write pre-transformation rules, nothing but a business rules, or maybe you can use order management extensions by writing Groovy script. Whenever user selected order type as a without picking and shipping, for example, in this case, just go and mark that attribute allow inventory transaction attribute as a yes. So that is you can achieve by using, you can pass a default value as a yes based on order type by using business rules, pre-transformation rules. Those are nothing but a business rules, or maybe by using order management extensions, by writing Groovy script. Okay, that is one thing you have to remember. And also, suppose if your sub inventory is having locator control, or maybe if your item is having lot control, right, serial control, make sure user has to don't enter any detail slot and enter, then you will receive an error. Maybe you can try with um, maybe lot and serial control, and just you try with that one. Okay, just cross check how it will work. And also, as I mentioned, Oracle already provided you one shaded orchestration process and a task. So based on that, you can go and do your, based on your requirement, you can do customizations whenever you want. You can do you can create your own custom orchestration process. And also make sure, this is a very important one, you go with yes. If you want to maintain accurate on-hand quantity, right, in real time, if you go with yes, what will happen? Immediately system will reduce your on-hand quantity. If you go with no, we have to process, it will be available as a pending transaction. Just now I showed you, right, pending transactions. In backend, we have to process those transactions. Okay, these are the few points you have to remember as part of this functionality. I think that's it. And one more thing is, and if you are having fulfillment tolerance functionality is available, right? Suppose if you enable that fulfillment tolerances functionality, those functionality system will ignore. It will ignore, and it will ignore any fulfillment tolerance applicable for that line. Okay, it won't consider any tolerances for this one. Okay. That's it. These are the main things you have to remember. Okay. Only thing is, whenever you are implementing this functionality, right, just you have to check whoever may be customer this is suitable. Maybe for customer you want to reduce on hand quantity without picking and shipping. Just best example, supermarkets, groceries, right? So they everything will happen immediately. So those type of there you can use. And also based on your customer choice, you have to configure these parameters. Also you have to configure. Okay, well, that's it. Okay, maybe in another video I will show you with the different parameters whenever I'm having time. Maybe I will how to process group wise, right? Let's see in another video. Okay, that's it. uh yeah, just try with lot number, serial numbers, how it will work. Do yourself. Okay, see you in next video. Thank you.